Y'all been asking for it, so here it is. I've been having a lot of people reach out to me and say, JP, man, this market's crazy. I'd love to buy a house, but I'm trying to find a deal. How do I find a deal? I don't want to overpay on a house. I feel like everything's really expensive right now. I totally understand that. We're literally in the hottest real estate market maybe ever, just because of the historically low amounts of inventory that we have. And you couple that with the demand that's just been crazy. You can see why people end up in situations where they're paying over ask for a house, especially if they have to compete. So before you start looking for a deal, I would challenge you to ask yourself, what is a deal to you? You know, because a deal looks different to everybody. For you, a deal might be, hey, I want to get a house and pay under the list price. Or I want to get a house that checks all my boxes, but I don't want to go over budget. So define what a deal is to you. And an easy way to do that is really to understand your financial situation. Once you understand your finances, kind of what your budget is and stuff like that, you'll have more clarity as to, you know, your buying power and what you're looking for. I definitely recommend talking to a lender for that. But let's go ahead and get into the 3 things that you can do to get a deal on a property today. I definitely recommend you do all 3 of these things together instead of just like picking one strategy. Use all 3 of them whenever you can. So the first strategy, the first thing I'm going to recommend you do is, if you're looking for a deal, look for houses that have been on the market for at least 2 weeks or longer. And the reason for that, like I said earlier, this is the hottest market. So if a house has been on the market for 2+ weeks and it's not selling, that tells you a couple things. 1, maybe it's priced wrong. 2, you know, maybe there's something wrong with the house or the location that it's in. Maybe it's a mix of both. But this gives you leverage. Since the home isn't moving as quickly as the other ones on the market, now you've got a seller who's in a position where it's like, man, what do I do? I don't have 10 offers. I thought as soon as I put this home on the market, it was going to sell. Now they're kind of reconsidering things, which gives you some leverage. You can then come in and have leverage with your offer. The second thing I'm going to recommend you do is find a motivated seller. So I know it's easier said than done, but you're going to want to find the people who have to sell, the people who have a compelling reason to sell. I have to get this home sold before the end of the year, for whatever reason that might be. But the easiest way you do this is you communicate with the seller or their agent, and you just ask questions, you know, just literally just be curious. Hey, why are you selling? What's important to your seller about getting this home sold? How quickly are you guys looking to sell? And when you start to understand their situation, you know, it paints a picture. And when you understand their situation a little better, you can then tailor your offer to what they're looking for. And then the third thing that I recommend is keep your inspections and your negotiation power. So this can be a little tricky, just depending on the house that you're bidding on, you know, because if you're competing with other people, we've seen it. It's common that, you know, people are waiving different contingencies in their offers. People are waiving inspections. People are waiving multiple things. But for you, if you get inspections done and you keep your negotiation powers, you might find out, oh, this house needs a new roof, or oh, because of the age of this HVAC system, you know, it's 15, 20 years old. You then are in a position where you can ask for a credit. And what a credit is essentially is at the closing table, the seller is saying, hey, I'll credit you X amount of dollars. I'll give you $5,000 towards fixing these things or taking care of these things. And so what that is money that stays in your pocket. That's how you find a deal. If you have any questions, if you want to get connected with the lender, just reach out to me, drop a comment, shoot me a DM, share this with somebody. I hope it helps. Let's find you that deal.